この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, episode 3. We watched episode 2 last week. We had some bees and a queen bee of a high school, which was a pretty fun section. And then what I think is probably the most fun section that we've had so far, the sex and daten shitty sequence where Panty does a bad and gets caught by the media by doing a bad, and then goes off to destroy all of her sex tapes with the help of Stocking before she fully betrays her and that shit gets leaked back up online. It was a fun episode. As the first episode went up on YouTube, I said in that episode, like, the only people I've seen tell me what to do about this show are the people clamoring for the dub. Finally got some comments of people mentioning, like, reasons why they like the sub better. So I actually decided to check it out. And this morning, before I started recording, before I even like took a shower and stuff while I was kind of waking up, I watched through a bunch of episode 2 with the sub, and I kept switching back and forth to like the dub but with subtitles and then to the full sub and just like checking it out. And I'm a little bit torn. I'm not sure. What I found was that a whole lot of the dub is simply not present in the original audio, in the original Japanese. A whole bunch of the like cursing, a whole bunch of times when there are scenes where we're like transitioning between things, there will be characters speaking over it in the dub and it's just not there in the sub. And I found that most of the things that were added in the dub that I could find were like not fun or funny. It almost feels to me like the people doing the dubbing thought that if there isn't somebody talking at all times, if there isn't something hashtag funny going on at all times, then nobody's going to care or people are going to lose interest. And I found that not to be the case. So mostly what I'm trying to say is that most of the things that kind of like rub me the wrong way about the show, in the way that the dialogue is paced and the constant rapid fire sort of poop, sort of like nothingness in the dialogue that's coming at me, just cursing, just like calling each other bitches or whatever, is just stuff that's entirely and solely in the dub and doesn't exist in the sub. So I'm a little bit torn by it because like some of that pacing and stuff is the feel that I've got for Penny and Stocking right now, but I think I want to watch episode 3 in the sub and watch an episode in the sub raw and see if I enjoy it more. I'm not gonna like come here and be like, oh no, the dub actually sucks and the sub is like way better, man. I don't know that that's true. I think this is definitely one where the dub is pretty good, but it also adds a bunch of stuff that I don't think was original creative intent. And I'm not the person who can say that, but I get this vibe like it's a totally different product. It's kind of like, and I'll say that a lot of people have said like, oh, the dub just matches up with the visuals so much better because it feels some more American-y. And I don't necessarily know that that's, one, a good thing, and two, true, because while I was watching the sub, it felt more like a Trigger show. I'll also mention, kind of like Inferno Cop, I could not imagine Inferno Cop in a dub. I just, it doesn't track. So much of the humor of it comes from the Japanese and comes from the way that the dialogue is put out there and the way that it's put together, and I feel like this is a pretty similar situation. I'll also mention that the like audio, the background audio, is way turned down in the dub. Like background songs and stuff. When we got into the Queen Bee's school, there's like this background track that plays, and I totally didn't know that it existed because it's so turned down, it's so low in the dub audio or in the English audio. It's so much like lower volume than it is in the original, and I have no idea why that's the case. It's a totally different sounding show in the different versions. Regardless, all of this is not to necessarily justify, it's to explain the thought process that I went through this morning, because I wanted to check out the sub, because some people were like, I don't really like the blah, 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 and they gave some reasons for it that seemed possible to me. And I recognized that as I watched through it, like a lot of the stuff that is kind of like, okay, yeah, haha, that's not terribly funny. That's just like throwing literal shit at the wall and hoping that people laugh at this constant stream of kind of garbage talking is straight up not in the subversion. And the subversion is actually it's still dirty as hell, but it's a lot cleaner and it's a lot more like straightforward and seems to have more purpose to me. So anyway, that's the thought process that I went through this morning. I'm gonna watch episode 3 subbed. If there's like immense backlash to this, then maybe I'll switch it back. But I'm gonna watch this episode subbed. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I fucking won't, and we'll be right back to the dub on episode 4. But that's what I'm gonna do, and I hope you are okay with that. If you're not, that's fine. You do you. But I'm gonna watch this show in the way that I think is going to give me the most enjoyment. And at the moment, I think that's watching it in the sub. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna see, and I could be proven totally wrong, and it could be boring as hell. But I don't think so, because it's kind of like when you have a conversation with somebody and they're absolutely unable to reckon with silence, and they just feel like they need to talk all the time. That's kind of how I feel the dub is put together. It seems to be put together in a way where it's like if there isn't a joke every 5 seconds, or like a quote unquote joke every 5 seconds, then it's not going to be funny. And I think it misses the point of a lot of the humor in the show, which is much more like situational than the dub makes it out to be, where it's just a constant spew of stuff. So not trying to knock on the dub, not trying to like build the sub up too much. They're two versions of the same show, but they feel very different. And if you download an episode that's in dual audio and like switch between them, you'll understand what I mean, that they feel very different. You might not like how the sub feels. You might prefer how the dub feels as an episode, and that's totally fine, totally fine, fair and fine. And that's yo opinion, man. But at the moment, my opinion is I think I want to watch this subbed for right now. So let's do that. We're going into episode 3. Got no clue what's gonna happen. It's Panty and Stocking. Last week we parodied some films and also attacked a school. Anything can happen. Fuck it. We're dealing with angels who've fallen from heaven and are out of their gourds. Let's watch the episode and we'll see how it goes. So I've got Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt episode 3 in the Japanese original audio with the English subtitles, sitting on my computer up and ready to go at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there, available in the description down there. Timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy with that, get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down to 0 when we start will be coming at you right now. Let's go. Gets so stuck in my head. I was at like the gym on Wednesday. I was like, penny, because I don't listen to music in the gym, so whatever's stuck in my head just comes to the forefront. Woof. And this was it. This was 100% it. Cat Fight Club. I'm down. Atsushi Nishigori, Masahiko Otsuka, Sayo Yamamoto. Cool. True. Totally. What the fuck? Zoom. Oh, do you take her sweets? You should. Oh, that was a lot of dildos. Wow. Oh shit. Jean Paul Heaven. Mm. I mean, it could have totally been Chuck. Oh, you are dead, girl. Wait, she hates sweets? That's new. Goodbye, Chuck. This is some pretty classic rivalry stuff. Oh. Ho! Oh. Please don't lick my face. No. Oh, wait. Was that a fucking JoJo's reference? Death Bobanero. Oh. Expected. We fully just switched the style. Well, I don't think so. Oh, she just got into it. All right. Which one? Which one? Which one? That clouds roll in. Of course she would. Of course it hits Chuck. And Garterbelt? Hey, what up? Oh, hi. Bitch, do I look like her father? A mandate? Oh, okay. Because they're fighting each other. Okay. Uh-huh. We're not so different, you and I. Girl, you're fine with anything with legs. Maybe without. You don't really need legs. No. Fully forget. Oh, we're trying to do this? Oh, brief. Oh, she's taking the mobile. And they're out. Or she's out. Fuck off, Chuck. See-through. That's what it's called. No. We're having attention. Go to the bad part of town. Ah! Nice. See, all of the music is, like, bumped up. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I don't need your help. And you don't know who the ghost is. Did the dog just shit through the phone? See, that's actually, like, a weird idea. What? Is this a fucking, like, anglerfish deal? Is this a honeypot? What is with the cable? Oh, no. The color scheme has shifted. Uh-oh. That's a ghost. That's fucking big. Oh, you done been got. Uh-oh. Oh, now Penny's gotta go try to save her. Yes? Oh, they are linked. So they're a perfect foil for Panty and Stocking, who are now fighting. Daisuke! Cut that rope. But you can't. You're stuck. Oh. Oh, and thus Stocking learned that she's into bondage. All right, cool. Yeah, no, yep. All right, bud. Goodbye, Brief. Sure you do. You always show up at the right time, sis. Nope. You are irrelevant. Utterly irrelevant. Bonk. Bonk. You are not worth doing that. Ooh, fun. What? Dude, you scuffed my fucking stockings. Oh, fun angle. Don't get involved, Brief. You don't matter that much, ghosts. Oh, maybe now you matter. Yep, now you've done the thing where you fucked up by fighting each other. You both suck. Come on, let's go. All the classics. Almost Space Jam-esque. So if this meter fills up, this show turns into Inferno Cop. Let's go, meter. Let's go, meter. Yeah. Let's do it. Special. No. Yeah. Stockings speed? Something like that? Technique. Wait, why are you here, Grutter? What's up? Got a boom. Good night. Sleep tight, ghost. Hey, 2 heaven coins, but the real treasure was our sisterhood. Eh? But the hot girls. But the hot girls. Wait. Wait. What are we implying about Garterbelt? I guess nothing. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Oh, it's the hot version? Oh well. That's cute. That's also a really cool background. Very geometric. Okay, that was super fun. Pulp addiction. Like, we're doing a play here? Oh, it's gone direction. Cool. Oh my god. Port Shack instead of Rorschach? Wow, that's actually really cool to do in 2 shades. And a white protein fence? Is that a cum joke? Feels like a cum joke. Uh, they're all sperm. Oh my god, that's what's going on. Oh, really? Keep the puns coming. Ah, semen. What the fuck is... Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to D-Day, boys. Hold your... The whole idea was just, let's do a war scene, but it's all cum. Oh my god. What the fuck? Uh-oh. What? Oh no, is it the pill? It's not the pill, is it? It's Scott Tissues? Oh no. Masturbation is murder, apparently. Holy shit. What the fuck? How do you... Where does this... We end with another pun. And suddenly... And does any of that have any relevance to what we're about to watch? I have no idea. I assume that Panty is fucking right now, right? Or something. Oh, hey, Milkman. Oh, fucking Chuck. He'll be fine. But the milk! Not the milk! Alright, we got more white liquids all over the place. Oh, that is some Tarantino shit. The milk and the blood. Delicious. Chuck, you gotta get out of the road. Man, you... Okay. Everything. Oh, I guess that's a line. Oh. Oh. Just spread it around. Why not? Oh, okay, he really needs to jerk off into a tissue, I guess. That's not true. Just a moment. What, you're in, like, oh. Wait, that's timely. Ah. Stiff resentment for not coming on. We just wanted to make as many masturbation puns as we possibly could and throw them into an episode. What? Alright. Oh no, his head is he okay? Oh, he's fine. He's doing great. He is also ascending to heaven, or just his cum is. Is he gonna turn into a fucking dragon or something? Nope. Of course. Uh-huh. Just a stroke. Oh. Oh, they get their messages by Chuck being hit by lightning? Oh. And nobody's listening to you, man. Gotta get that creamy nut flavor. Gross. Gross, but like just right gross. Can do. Sir, yes, sir. I know you do. I know. Oh. Oh. He's also frozen. Is it coins you smell, Panty? Or is it cum? That's very spunky. Credit where credit is due. There's actual pun work going on here that's real good. What? You're welcome to. Oh shit. The soldiers got out and turned into ghosts. Oh no, they're the ghosts of sperm who have died from masturbation. Squirt, squirt, squirt. All we want is to be beaten. Wow. Make a joke. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's the joke. That's good. That's real good. Oh, that's cool as fuck. Uh-oh. Ah! They all have balls. I think that's exactly what they want. Oh, that was easy. I guess we did spend like a good chunk of this portion setting up the soldiers sequence, which I think is amazing. Oh, we're back to it. No. It's all he really wants. Oh, okay. White protein fat. I was wondering why that was the way that it is. All of the explosions are dick-shaped. the trees are pubic hair. What the fuck? Absolutely, what the fuck? Complete. They're gonna do the flag planting. Oh my god. And then we're gonna... Something wrong? No. Fucking condoms, man. Okay. Okay. Well, I think the second half of this episode is an absolute blast. It is, I'm gonna make... No, I'm not gonna make more cum puns. It's just, it's all pun work, and it's all really good. What that actually really makes me want to do, because this is the first section where it hasn't just been like white stuff thrown at the wall to see what sticks. Shit. I actually want to watch this second half, at least the first few minutes of it, the like intro portion with all the soldiers. I want to watch it in the dubbed really quick. This portion I'll put into the PiP version because I can't like put it on the YouTubes. But I want to watch it in the dub because it's the first time that like significant cleverness in the dialogue has been the carry for the chunk of the episode, where the dialogue cleverness was the important thing to make that whole thing funny. I want to see if it holds up in the dub, just for my own purposes to see whether it works. So that's what I'm gonna do, really quick.
Hey, how's your journal entry diddling going?
It's wet. I get.
Wait, what?
Stay on top of each other, give a hand when needed, and let's bring this thing to a climax!
Hey, how's your journal entry diddling going?
Why would you change that line? Why would you change that to your journal entry what?
It's
okay,
wet.
okay.
I get it. Rub out a few thoughts before walking hard and fast into death.
Alright, that's fine.
Stimulating, you know. We'll be able to squeeze one off. Need lube.
Come again?
Need lube.
Deference. That's how you know.
Fast
What?
deference,
Your
that's how
oral
you
skills
know.
blow, old man.
Give him a minute.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't hold up as well. Okay, let's get to the part where we have Garter talking about stuff.
What part of I have a hangover every fucking morning don't you get?
I'm not that great with aim, okay? And even if I was, I couldn't shoot myself in the mouth. Plus, my altar boys need softness and sensitivity.
It's so different. I feel like it's not as good. Like there are alterations being made to the script that are for no reason and aren't helpful and don't make it funnier or better. It's just like being altered in order to alter it. Okay, I mean, I think this little exercise confirms for me that I'm more into the sub than I am into the dub. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I'm sorry for taking the time to do that. I'm still on this sort of like sub-dub thing, but I keep finding that when things are changed in the dub, they're changed for the worse, and when things are added, their addition doesn't help. Like the constant cum puns in the opening take a little while to to get in there, and for me to understand, and they're way more blunt, our audience is not going to get it if we're not more straightforward about this. But then you lose the humor of it, which is that most of it is like semi-believable lines that are just tailored to be cum related. Okay, yeah, no, I think this confirms for me that I definitely like the sub better. I like the character voices for Panty and Stocking better, with certainty. Especially when they go into the humor, like with Panty during the line when she like lies down on the floor and is like, "Oh, just use your mouth." I thought that the Japanese version was way better. Um, I I'm really fascinated by this dub now because it's super weird. It doesn't track for me. It doesn't make sense why they would make some of these decisions and some of these changes. Um, like they've got perfectly good lines, and then they're altering them for no discernible reason. Weird, weird, very weird. Okay, so in Subversion, this was how do I put this? This was the first episode where, at least in the second half, I found it funny and I felt good about finding it funny, right? I think a huge portion of quality humor is creating jokes where like you can tell what the creators are going for and you're laughing along with them, and you can tell that they're having fun writing these jokes and putting them out there. And this whole sperm soldiers semen sequence is absolutely that. It's I think genuinely funny. I think there's genuinely fun pun work here. I'm a lover of puns. I think they're fun as fuck. And they just do this whole big hard sequence of soldiers assaulting something and getting swallowed up by fucking tissues. And I think it's a fun idea. It's ridiculous. The whole color scheme is insane and wonderful. I think this whole section is really funny. And I don't find it nearly as funny in the dub. Still, the idea is there and the idea is funny, but it doesn't click as well. It doesn't work as well. It just doesn't fit, you know? Weird. Regardless, I think this portion of the episode is the funniest that Panty and Stocking has been. I might have to go back and rewatch episode 1 with the sub on, in order to say that with coherence. But even once we get into the world, we're just so focused on white liquids everywhere. Panty is eating some kind of white soup. There's this shit. There's then Garter and all of this stuff, and it's utterly ridiculous. Balls to the wall insanity. I love the sequences where he's going insane. They get so colorful and so creative with it. With him just like burgeoning and exploding. The weird fucking Rasta infomercial thing, with hypno colors and stuff. Massive cum explosion up into the sky. Everything is shaped like dicks because that's funny, and it actually is. I actually think it's funny. It's taking the joke and it's going way too far with it, and it's aware that it's going way too far with it, and the humor comes from expecting that the joke will like stop at some point, and it doesn't. They just keep going even further beyond. Like humor is all about subverting expectations. And I guess that's maybe part of what the dub does oddly, because what I expect from the dub is a constant slew of crassness, and what it delivers on is a constant slew of crassness. So there's no subversion of my expectations. It's just exactly what I expect, and so it ends up being a little bit deadpan. But here in the sub, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more restrained, and so every time it goes even further beyond, it actually lands in a weird way. That's so interesting. Anyway, I shouldn't just keep talking about like sub versus dub or whatever, because it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is I found this second half of the episode genuinely funny. I found the writing genuinely funny. The idea of the factory with these ghosts who have come out and attacked Scott Tech tissues because they fucking hate tissues, because their hopes and dreams are to get in there and start a wife and a family with a white protein fence. And they hate tissues because they fucking prevent that shit. We don't bring up condoms at all until the very last scene, where this whole wonderful assault upon Pussy Mountain occurs, and the whole idea of like attack the pubic mound is really fucking good. This is really funny, I think. It's the same like general guy, but now he's all scarred up. He's been through a couple. Is ridiculous, and I think it's great. It's absolutely bonkers. And it gives us some like really cool scenes that actually track and actually like read well. Like this is super cool. Though this is a coloration that we've never seen on Panty, and is totally different than anything that we've ever seen. It's really fun. Everything explodes, blah blah blah. The fight goes on, and then they all get trapped in a condom. Go. Amazing. Really goofy, really funny. I like this chunk of the episode a ton. I think the first half is a bit more straightforward. I guess maybe I should watch through it in dub. I'm gonna watch the first few minutes in dub just to keep going back and forth, because again, I'm torn on this. I don't know.
Siblings. They don't always look.
Yours looks like a hoarder's asshole exploded.
This is my room.
My room.
Well, you have a garbage can for a room. Instead, she says, yours looks like
Looks like a hoarder's asshole exploded.
a hoarder's asshole exploded.
Look at your bathtub. Look at what you put in your mouth, and I'm not just talking about dick.
See, we didn't make that joke.
Look at your bathtub. Look at what you put in your mouth, and I'm
Not to mention garbage for food, and then we see the scene of it. It's just that scene. I like the sub better. I'm totally down if you like the dub better, but I like the sub better. Okay, cool. The first section is actually pretty classic. It's like conflict between two primary characters that leads to them getting in a sticky situation. Har har har. Given the second episode, leads to them getting into a sticky situation because they can't see eye to eye, and then they have to get their shit together and deal with it. I really like these sequences with them framed like what's that kind of framing called? This is I don't know. But directly from the side, so that their like expressions on their mouths are way more emphasized. I think those work really well and create this like clash between the characters. I don't know, like, is Garterbelt hitting on this child? Like, I don't understand, but okay, fine, sure. And off we go to do our own thing separately, solo. And that's pretty fun. So is the ghost monster. It's pretty fun. It's clearly a trap from the outset, but Stocking doesn't recognize it. She just goes with it and ends up discovering that she's kind of into Shibari. So yeah, good for her. Just make sure you change your knots and do it safely and you know, work with people who are consenting adults and know what they're doing when it comes to tying ropes. It's important. You know, safety first, but fun second. Cool. This whole sequence where they're just sort of bonking the ball off while they have their own conversation is very classic. Like, I'm sorry, we're talking here, we're having a conversation here, and then back at it. I think it works really well. I think it tracks really nicely, and of course they start to get furious about being ignored. We get a couple of really fun, cool scenes like that one and this one. I actually really like this moment where we jump to this angle with them sort of in the background, like, fight us. Fight us. And Penny and Stocking are having none of it. But eventually they get all tied up and get real fucking angry. And they kick some ass, as Panty and Stocking do. We get our explosions, we get the end of the line, and we sort of reconcile and drive off literally into a really cool looking sunset. I think that's fun as hell. I think this whole episode is pretty fun as hell. I think the second half absolutely overshadows the first half. It's genuinely clever. It's still over the top cum jokes a mile a minute. Everything is jokes about busting a nut and rubbing one out, and I'm down for it. I find it funny. I enjoyed that. Good. I'm gonna check this episode out on Sakagaburu, see if there's anything interesting to discover about it. But then I think we're gonna wrap up. So let me check Sakagaburu. It looks like only cuts from the first half, and that's fine by me, but let me put this up on screen so that we can see the same things. Cool. So this is Akira Amemiya, presumed at least, and it's a whole bunch of cuts back to back. Flippity flippity flip, clunk into the place, cool angle, cool shot. This big guy being a big guy, throwing stuff, and then bonking it away. So that's when we start the sequence of them having their own fight, their own conversation. So this one's also Amamiya, and it has its own sort of flair. This is from the second half. This is the one that I looked at and thought was cool. And then it's this almost Kanada style light flare thing. But also really different. It's like the exploding of the bee in Blam. I think that's pretty freaking neat. I'm actually gonna frame step through this. That's super cool with just the eyes remaining in the impact frame. I think that's awesome. And it holds for 4, and then it goes to the red dot, boom to the exploding Blam, and then the Blam itself explodes outward into its own circular impact frame, and then becomes an explosion out here. I really like that sequence. Just this boom, bada boom, bang, boom. That's really snappy. I like it a lot, and it's a cool explosion. In the hyper flat style. Also Amamiya. It looks like only Amamiya cuts are credited for this episode, which I guess tracks. Yeah, this one stood out to me when we were watching it as well. I just didn't see it when we were running through. But the midair battle, then the additional cool impact frame into Blam and the on-screen text. Chop, 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 slash, 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 slash. Boom. That's fun. Okay, and then the last one. That's actually a really cool. How do we do that? It's not an Obari punch. It's really different. But the rear back kind of reminds me of it. And then zoom forward. It actually kind of is an Obari punch in a weird way. It's flipped. It's on like the wrong side for an Obari punch, but it's got the same sort of rear back and then push forward where the face zooms in and then the fist comes in over it. That's quite clever. I like that a lot. And then these cool, very dynamic shots. Swang, swang. That whole swinging section really reminds me, in the weirdest way, it's just because of the tail, of Symphogear. Which one? The one with the girl with the tail. You know which one I mean. I think it's the last season. Yeah. But it reminds me of that just slightly. And of course, Panty and Stocking are hamstringing themselves and hurting each other as the battle goes on, which makes things fun. Cool. No, that's what's credited. It's all Akira Amemiya, who apparently did a whole lot of cuts on this episode. I think the first half is fun. I think it tells a pretty classical storyline of like characters fighting against each other and causing themselves problems by doing so. Also, Panty discovers that she likes bondage. The second half is a total winner. I mean, it's still crass humor, but it's not the same kind of crass humor. There's a cleverness to it that, I don't know. I won't claim that it's like brilliant writing or anything like that, but I enjoy it and I think it's funny. Yeah, solid episode, or liquid episode perhaps. I don't fucking know. Some good stuff, some cool scenes. I love the music. It's really fun. And it's full of good jokes. I like this episode. This one's good. I think we're gonna call it there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Penny and Stocking with Garterbelt episode 3. I like this one a lot. I don't know how much of that is because I watched it in the sub and I like the sub better. I think I pretty clearly do. Again, not to say that it is better, right? That's not how these things work. I think they're both pretty fucking high quality. But the sub resonates with me more. It makes me feel more connected to it, which seems weird because I'm a native English speaker, but it feels more right for the show, to me, to be watching it in the sub. Okay, we're gonna wrap there. I'll see you next week for more Penny and Stocking. Peace.